So, last night I commented on a video by Nasheed for You, and I noticed the same cult, the cultic black women, um, which is I usually see the same person, Sleepy CC, um, this Nelly chick, and try to figure out. But anyway, mine's going blank. But I usually see the same people commenting in these videos, with, Let's Shoot for You, Angel, whatever his name, Ramirez. Now, I was listening to Angel Ramirez. Excuse me if I backtrack a little bit. And I'm listening, I'm watching this video. He's talking about, the black woman is God and the world's patriarchal. And I guess he can talk better than most people, than Sonnetter or anybody in um, or pro light because Ramirez is a mixed dude. He's a Negro, use the term lightly, with good hair. And I think black women fall into that bullshit because he can stroke my ego. I don't mind that. Because look at him, look at his relaxed hair and shit. You know, look at his exotic features and shit. And it kind of comes off easier to them because they're not, because, black women, I think they get tired of polite and SETI because I think they feel like because they're black men and, they feel like, oh, well, he could manipulate, black women or, he's just trying to live off us and shit. But I guess with people like Angel Angel, I guess he can slip through the radar a little bit easier. I just really didn't get his videos, the black woman is God, and yeah, I know these T-shirts, the black woman is angry God, or God is angry woman, the black woman is the goddess, the queen princess. And, I'm like, fuck all these little titles, man. We give these ridiculous titles, give black women these ridiculous titles. I'm not saying they don't deserve it. The thing is that they're not in a position to where it makes sense. I'm not going to be calling black women queens and goddesses, or even God at that matter, or, give them a masculine name. And, niggas ain't even in the power. Black women aren't even in the power to even do shit. I'm not going to call, black women make $5, their network is $5. You really think I'm going to be talking crazy and waving, the RBG flag talking about the black woman is God when she's broke as hell, and like I might have to change the topic of this video. I'm gonna change it because this needs to be a topic all on its own. And the thing is that like, what is black women like doing? Like, when you look at religions, a god, despite the gender, a god is some entity that is like a genie. You provide a service. Here, God, here's the offerings, here's the sacrifice. In exchange, give me. Usually, sometimes it's kind of intrinsic bullshit, like give me blessings, good blessings, or give me a wife, or crops or whatever. Sometimes it's mixed with tangible and intangible. And then like God, and like, okay, thank you for the offerings, and I grant blessings to you and your family, and may your harvest last twice as long as usual, whatever. I mean, and the thing is, like, can black women do that? Can black women, with all the praises that black men are giving, all black women really? This isn't bashing. I'm really targeting the dudes who are being on this simp shit, not the women. Because it doesn't even benefit women, even if they fall for it. But I'm really on the dudes on this shit because um, black women aren't in the power. Black women are not in the power to give black men jobs and shit. All these sisters are down with us. All these sisters in the conscious community down for us and wearing big ass unks and shit, braiding their hair. You know, are they in a position to give us jobs? At best, they'll give you a spot on their blog talk radio. At best, they're not in the position. I don't give a damn how metaphysical you break it down that God is actually a black woman. I really don't give a shit. You know, all these black women are essence of a true of God or whatever. It's like, and then what? And now what? Are they gonna be throwing lightning bolts at the white devil or something? Are they gonna be granting us unlimited wealth? Okay, you simp, you kiss the black woman's ass. What's next? They're not gonna provide for you, and black women are say that they're tired of providing for broke niggas and having to hold their hand and shit. And so I don't even see the point. That's why I would never call the black woman as God, because I'm not gonna kneel to a woman. You see all these other patriarchal religions and cultures. They're um, they're worshiping men. They're worshiping men, and excuse me, I'm just kind of backing off. Don't want anybody to hear me, but anyways, they're worshiping men and they're valuing men because the men provide shit. Even and it's a reflection. That's why nowadays most almighty or the ultimate God or whatever, the true God or whatever, is a male, because it represents the real, and it's not intrinsic, it's the realistic statement or symbolism that, hey, men provide. Men are the ultimate, givers. They're providing, they're the builders, they're the defenders. And that's what men do. And people can call it sexist or whatever, but the thing is that let's just run with the bullshit theory that black woman is the God. Black woman is God. Are black women going to unite a holy war and fight with the white supremacy, fight the devil? I'm not talking about intrinsic shit like doing Black Lives Matter protests or walking around the ghettos with assault rifles and talking with bullhorns and talking about get armed and join our gun club. Even though, yeah, we should be, taking arms and practicing our amendment and our rights. But with those clubs, they're not gonna go in white areas, and they're not gonna unite a war. Black women are not gonna be the new terrorist suspects and have their own weapons where they're gonna fight white supremacy with tanks, assault rifles, snipers, special agent ops, operation mission agents or whatever. My words all jumble, but they're, and like, despite the fight videos we see in World Star and Media Takeout, black women they're not built to fight wars. They cannot do it. When you read myth or mythos or legends about war, most likely it's a male deity that's doing the war. And I'm looking at God in all aspects of. I can understand why most societies or some would have a female god as representation of fertility, childbirth, and whatnot. But no, in realistic sense. But when it comes to tangible shit and defending, women are not. Women in mass. I know there's tokens. I think in some legends, I think there are female goddesses of war. But I should have done more research before I did this video. But like the point I'm saying is that, black women, compared to other races of women, believe what, black women are not built for war. They don't know how to fight. They can't. They can't live off um, ration food and fight for hours nonstop or even days nonstop. I'm not gonna give the title that the black woman is God, and you know, but yet she's not building the community. Let's be honest, our black women running around with hard hats and um, talking about, oh, we're going to, fix the black community. We're going to build it up from scratch, despite the organizations. But really, I was thinking about some organizations that I saw. I think they call Project Humanity, or some shit. I don't know if it's a local thing, but I noticed like I see some people at my school. They're part of this organization that builds houses. But the thing is that it's not on black people's terms. Black people didn't design it and saying like, oh, you know, these are houses that we want, and this is how that we want the community to look like. It's not us. And the thing is that I can't. The reason why I will never say that a black woman is a god because I cannot. I'm not gonna call these black women goddesses or queens or whatever when they can't even provide. You know, they can't provide. They can't do anything for you. You can ask any black man or black boy, child or whomever. You know, when you ask them like, what are black women providing you? You usually can't think of anything. At best, they can probably think of sex, feel goodery or whatever. But it's like when it comes to tangibles, they're not really helping you out with shit. Of course, some females will, they will pity some niggas and they will let either their sons stay, their sons will live in their mama's house for years. And mama's just like, hey, as long as you don't get anybody pregnant and you stay out of jail, you know, you ain't got to worry about, growing up. You ain't got to worry about being kicked out. And, you see these brothers who on divorce court, these women get these homely dudes and they're like, as long as you love me right and you take care of my child, you ain't got to worry about being homeless. And 9 times out of 10, it backfires. It backfires because mama's like, I want to do grown folks things, but, he's killing the vibe. I want to do grown folks things and he's in the way of it, or she's around her friends, and her friends are talking about their sons and how their sons are lawyers or they're in college. They're the new pastors. They've moved to a major city. They have kids already. And it's like you're the only one who's like, oh, well, my son is just staying out of trouble. He lives with me. He ain't doing much. And it's like, you know, same thing not with husbands, with girlfriends who let their dudes, live in their house, and their dudes ain't providing shit. It's gonna hit the fan once they socialize, when those women socialize with other women and they're looking at like, oh my goodness, you know, all these men lead, especially when she's around other races of women, you know, and especially when they're around white girls, and some of these white girls, to be honest with you, they really don't even need to go to college. They're probably in college just to find a dude, but they can be housewives. I live in an area. Well, I don't. I go to a school where I see housewives and people living off retirement all the time. You see old senior citizen females, white women walking like from 6 a.m. to like 9 p.m. and they're just walking around. They're just jogging. They're just living life. You know how many black women you see jogging in their free time, if they have free time, if they're not, because most of the times they're working, and the work is not enough for them. So, but I don't want to drag this video too long. I'm just saying, there's really no point of black men going on YouTube talking about the black woman as God when, it's a damn if you do, damn if you don't. If you don't support the ideology, misogynistic, you hate black women, um, you're evil. But if you do support them, yay, he values the intrinsics, but then it's like nay, and you're unhappy because you're still doing all the work, nothing has changed, you're still leading the household, and you're doing everything on your own, and you're still unhappy at the end of the day. Black women really don't want all these responsibilities because they're tired of it. They're tired of struggling. They're tired of having 2 or 3 jobs, and the dude only has one or no job at all. They don't want the position. They don't want that God status. They just want. A lot of these women just want to be beautiful or be seen as beautiful. It's not really they want to be God because they don't want that title. They don't want the responsibilities of being a God and looking over people. You know, they really don't want that responsibility.